Out with the story when they stole Snapchat's little,
They did.
Whatever you call it. I started using Instagram more, and
I
so
did too.
I look at myself as a consumer, and so whatever I gravitate towards, that means everybody else is gravitating that way.
Right.
So it's like you start using Instagram more, and you look around, it's like nobody's on Snapchat.
no
You know,
more, yeah.
it's only the kids. The kids are on Snapchat.
I think Snapchat was fun when people thought they could send little stuff and it would go away in 30 seconds. But now that you can kind of Snapchat it or Snapshot it and do whatever, screenshot, all that stuff, it's like, okay, it's not any fun anymore because you can still go back and reference whatever I posted.
Exactly.
So, you know, I'm not a Snapchat fan.
Okay.
All right.
I do like. I'm back on social media. I do like Snapchat for the fact that if there's something going on and you can go to the maps, like let's just say, that shooting that happened in Santa Fe a few weeks ago. So if you go to the maps, you can see where there's a lot of action going on, and you can tap it, and then you can see the public Snapchats of people that are actually there, and you get a real good idea of what's going on. So that's what I do like Snapchat about.
I've not checked out that feture, but I might need to look into that. I do have a question for you guys, though, as it relates to social media. I'm going to interview y'all. I know for me as a female, I know what I just said, you know, as far as we look at people's highlight reel and compare it to our reality, and often there's studies that are showing that depression among our group or our generation is higher because of social media. Do you guys ever feel any of that kind of pressure to be better, pressure to do better, do things, buy things, have a certain look?
I say yeah.
Yeah,
I say yeah.
I'd agree with that.
I'm
not totally into like
Yes.
Facebook.
You wanna hear more?
Yes.
So I feel like so I'm an extremely confident individual in everything that I do, but then I'll start looking through Instagram and I'll say, well, man, where were they at? And then I start second guessing, like, why are they always on vacation? Like, how do they make a living?
Yeah.
And then I started looking like, man, I need to go on more vacations, you know, just to appear like you've got something that you know,
You're not
on
working
Instagram.
like a slave.
Yeah, and so, but at the end of the day, and I start thinking about that, I literally have to put the phone down for some time. Like, Instagram used to not be on my phone, and I started using it for the company. So I started using more and posting all the pictures, and because everything's going to social media, even all the companies are. So I said, well, I'm gonna take my company, put it on social media, and then I start, you know, going through the personal, you know, Instagrams and feed. So I used to have it only on my iPad, which means I only watch this, you know, once a week, and it actually brings your production down. Like your productivity levels go down when you start staying on social media too much. And so the answer is yes. Like you can start to compare your life with somebody's facade. You said a highlight reel of what's going on. But then like a lot of times I personally know the situation, like they really don't have it like that. You know, you rented that car, and, you know, so it's like, but if you don't know them personally, like, man, this dude has a Bugatti and a Porsche, you know, but it's not, no. You know, he lives over here and he drives, you know, this car every other day.
He's a valet.
Yeah.
He's
So
doing valet on the weekend.
Yeah, but the highlight reel, you can't put no stock in that.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and what's important to you.
Personally, though, is that something that you struggle with? I mean, I know for me personally, I can say I'll look on there like you, and I'll be like,
you get distracted.
what am I doing wrong? Like, how does this person have all these followers and they're making all this money? But I know your situation, and
well, here's the other side of that is that like sometimes I conscientiously, I said that right, don't post stuff that seems braggadocious, because you know, like, some stuff's fun. Like I'm down in the second row at the Texans game. This is the best view in the whole wide world. I got to post this. But, you know, some people, well, you know, this is what I don't do. I don't post symbols of the cars. I don't post brands of my watch. I don't post just because I feel like I don't have to. Like, and I'm not into that stuff. So, like, I'm real plain. Like, I don't even own a pair of Jordans.
You don't want to do that.
So I don't do that normally.
You hear about the business owner that got his house robbed? It was over there in Mission Bay.
Yes, I'm not doing that either.
His kids got his kids burnt. They were trying to torture his kids so he can show him where all the money was at. He's a business owner.
Yeah, not good.
Man, y'all got me scared now. I'm just
yeah, because this is the Ferragamo
Ferragamo King.
I mean, honestly, I I've never posted. When I first got my car, I was so excited. I've never posted my car on Instagram because I'm like, well, what if somebody doesn't like me or they get mad at me? The last thing I need you doing is looking for my car.
Mm-hmm. But look, I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to say this. Like, every time I post, like, designer or whatever, or a check I just got, I get, like, all these people that so can we meet up? Can I pay you to see you? Can I give you $100 for a meeting? Can I? So I've gotten a lot of attention doing it, but for me it worked. For
so you're marketing,
for like
that's your way of marketing.
I mean, unless people see see the fruits of your labor, they're gonna think that you're just out here struggling.
But that's a strategy for what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, in other words, like there's guys that, like, I give you an example, the multi-level marketing guys. They're always trying to attract a certain type of individual who wants to do better, and those things make their eyes pop. And so it's only smart marketing to do that. If I was in multi-level marketing, I'm going to show you my Ferrari, I'm going to show you my big fat house, because I want you to have this too. Right. And I really want you to have it because you're going to sign up underneath me.
Exactly.
So people, buyer beware. I tell every day, buyer beware of what's going on. Like, don't buy into what you see. Like, really do some research and find out, did the company buy that car for them, or did they buy that car?
Yeah, and I think you're right. Just personalizing. I think when for me anyways, I want to personalize it. I want to be as authentic to who I am as I possibly can be. And I'm not really a flashy person or, braggadocious person. So I want to make sure that I'm authentic to who I am and not copying behind people who have made it. Because I feel like if I remain authentic to who I am, then the followers will come. Once people start to become interested in what I have to sell or whatever it is I'm doing, the followers will come over time. But I want to make sure that they're coming for the right reasons. Because like you, if I post a picture of me in a bikini on a beach, everybody's like, oh, where you been, stranger? That kind of thing. But if I post something...
Your DM starts to fill up.
DMs go crazy. No. But if I post that, it's a ton of people all on it. But if I post something that's educational or something that is going to be beneficial to them, you'll get a couple, you'll get a trickle here and there. And so I want to make sure that when I post, whatever it is I post, that people pay attention.
So how many followers do you have?
I have like 3,000, 3,700 or something like that.
That's nice.
I'm very low on the low end of the totem pole, but that for me, I'm just like, I'd much rather have 3,700 that I can engage with than 150,000 who don't engage with me, don't really know who I am. They're little trolls. They say like, I want my audience to be for me, and like I said, it doesn't matter what I post. They're interested in seeing it. They're interested in reading it.
True. You should start your own show or something.
Yeah, no, right. I knew she's been a good interview.
It was really, really good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me.
All right. Is there any anything else
you want to plug?
plug
everything you want to plug in.
Yeah.
Plug
anything you want to plug? Yeah.
Why
like whoa.
There's nothing on the wall over there.
Honestly. I mean, if you're looking to buy, sell, or lease any commercial property, if you're a small business owner, reach out to me. I love to help people, even if it's just for demographics or you just don't know, you want to know more, you're starting a business, want to open some doors. I mean, I'd love to talk to any and everybody who's looking into it. So
I want to know.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, me too. I definitely want to know.
There's definitely some opportunities out there. Yeah. Office condos are a big thing right now. So if you're anybody who's looking to start a business and needs space, absolutely reach out to me. My name is Tiffany Ryland again, and I'm sure you guys will put the information on the podcast.
Oh yeah. So link it up.
Awesome.
Well, good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. All right. It was great having you.
Thank you.
Are we gonna pause it or go straight into?
No, we'll go straight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You gonna stay around? Or you gonna go?
Whichever.
Yeah, you could just listen in the back, like kind of where she's sitting.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get on the mic, you can have. Pop in a word or two.
Yeah. You want to?
So
is
there another headset?
Oh,
okay. We'll edit it all out to go straight to the next guest. So, because it's hard to get you to transition when we're.
This one right here.
Oh.
If you guys want me to stay, I can stay a little longer.
Stay.
No, it's up to you.
We've only got about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can pop in the chair. No, you did right.
No, that's not it. It's a small hole.
No, it's
you need a big one right there, bro. They don't have one. Just have her that. Yeah.
Whose headset is this?
It
doesn't have an adapter.
Yeah, it doesn't have an adapter.
Hey, can you get this smaller?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Hey, I'll be in contact with you.
Do you have a card? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I feel like my head is too little for this.
No, it's cool.
It should open, and then just make sure. And then make sure you you talk directly into the mic, like right into it. Otherwise, we won't be able to hear you. Thank you.
It was so nice to meet you.
All right. Likewise.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
See you. Enjoy your day.
Yeah,
All right.
You're good.
All right. So let's start the show.
All right, this is
Part 2.
My guest. This is a segment we have. Basically, we're asking our guests, like, why haven't you started what's stopping you from starting entrepreneurship full time? Like, whether it's real estate or your own hair company or just, whatever ideas you have. And I know we've spoken about it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Can we get a little background on?
Yeah.
let's
Introduce our
name.
guest, Mario.
Yeah, I was like, man, he came out. I'm like, where you go?
Who is our
No,
guest?
me.
What? This ain't Jerry Springer, bro.
Yeah, I go for the juggler.
Yeah. Who? Tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Kristen. Too Legit to Quit on Instagram. I currently am a documentation administrator and freight cashier at a shipping company. It's like a charter company. So, I mean, like, what else?
Do you like working there?
I hate working there. Like,
man.
I'm always looking for other opportunities, and it's not that it's a bad job. I'm just not a sit down behind a desk type person.
How long you been doing it?
I've been doing this for a year, a little over a year, but all of my positions have been behind a desk, aside from working at 24-hour fitness. Well, technically it was behind a desk too, but I was standing. That's where I met Mario. So,
At the gym?
I used to work at the gym for like 5 years. So,
wow.
Which one? The one in Marland?
I worked at Marlin. I
go there all
worked
the
at
time.
Jones, Spring Cypress.
Oh, okay.
Like, I jumped around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was always the one in the corner with her arms crossed.
The orange who?
With her arms crossed. She was always sitting
yeah.
there with her arms crossed.
Trying to regulate on somebody.
No, it's just that,
With a mean mug.
it was working at the
I don't know,
gym,
she seems
like,
pretty approachable.
Oh,
No.
now she
now
does.
I'm approachable, but I just don't have that like smile all the time.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so I may look mean, but I'm very nice.
yeah.
So a lot of people get that misconception about me, but based upon my career and what I've been working on, it's just I hate working sitting down behind a desk looking at a screen for 8 hours.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Are
you brainstorming?
I'm brainstorming. I have a few things that I've been trying to start. Actually messaged you the other day about cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay.
That was me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've been looking into like other avenues.
This guy.
It's funny. He's like, oh, who? Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it was random text, and I was like,
Yeah, I asked Mario. I was like, Mario, please plug me because I watch y'all's podcast.
Yeah.
And
thank
Yeah.
I was like, hey, like he knows about cryptocurrency. I'm actually trying to trade, and all of that information was very valuable to me. I know nothing about real estate, but I'm into like interior design. So my brother actually does real estate, but I asked him about like how could I start staging homes and stuff like that, and he's like, I would have to get a real estate license for it.
I don't know about that.
And I know
he was
staging homes.
See, yes,
He's
and
like,
I really feel like
Yeah.
my brother. I love my brother to death.
How
but
old is your brother?
My brother's 40.
he's old enough. He's
He's
grown.
old
He's
enough.
grown.
He's old
Yeah.
enough to know. But I don't know. I think my brother tries to deter me on a lot of things sometimes.
Why?
I don't know. I'm his baby.
You've talked to me about stuff like that, about
Sometimes
people
you're big-
holding you back a little bit.
But not my sister.
Well,
though.
no.
Never
It
know.
doesn't have to be your
Sometimes
sister. It doesn't have to be your
sometimes
sister.
your biggest critics are the ones that are
Yeah,
closest
your
to
family
you.
okay.
members. Those are
It's
the ones that have
not-
the most influence over you. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I don't think it's that he doesn't feel like I can do it. I think it's that
The
well,
pain. that
maybe
might be involved.
actually no. Maybe he
Yeah.
feels like I can't do it. You know.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
Or maybe he feels like he don't want you to be more successful than him.
I don't know what
Whoa.
I don't know.
Hey,
Dude,
I don't know.
dude,
Like
he might be able to. I don't know. Is this this podcast going to be between just the 5 of us?
Nah.
I mean, 4 of us.
This
Four of us.
podcast is going viral now.
You gonna break up families, man.
No,
Hey,
no,
I'm just being real.
I love my broski.
I had a lot of negativity with some of my family members. So I'm just speaking from experience.
Yeah, you brought that. He brought that up. It's like, your biggest critics might be the most people that are most closest to you, right?
This is true.
Their fears will become your fears. You know, that's what they try to do sometimes. But.
Yeah, and maybe it's a fear factor for him. And I don't know. I feel like I'm fairly young. I could still jump around. Like maybe he feels like.
What does he do?
He I don't know.
In real estate.
I honestly don't know.
Me
and my brother aren't that close. We used to be, and then I don't know, for some odd reason he just got estranged from the family, and so now I purposefully try to reach out, because I want us to still be a unit, but I'm not gonna force that anymore. I got my own life to live.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think the big thing is for where you're at, what's the roadmap? What's the roadmap?
We talked. You were talking about doing your own photography.
Yeah,
thing.
it's an actual photo booth business, not a photography thing.
Okay.
Are you gonna buy one?
Yes, I'm in the position right now where I have part of my equipment, but I don't have all of it. So I've been asking Mario. I'm like, hey, let me know if you have any side hustles for me, because I'm willing to do anything. It's just that I don't know. People will say, oh, I'm going to help you out or whatever, and it doesn't really work out that way. So it's just what other options do I have that I can, proceed forward with getting what I need to get and doing what I need to do.
I think the first thing I told you was your credit. That I was every time I mentor somebody, I was like, okay, well, let's start getting your credit on track. So
because that's for the photo booth, or is she thinking about getting real estate?
I think both, right?
Yeah, I wanted to actually do some type of interior design, stage homes, and my brother actually told me about taking pictures of homes or something like that.
You can do that.
And
that could be a nice little hustle. They have, especially you got the little drones and stuff. It's pretty detailed.
There's a few.
What about?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what do you think, Josh? You're the
I was gonna say,
entrepreneur. I was like, you already in there.
I was going on what you were saying. That there's a few services that do that. Go. The realtors hire you to go take pictures. You can't rely on your brother just to take his houses, because how many does he sell? So
honestly, I don't know.
So you have you got to look past that. Get over that and look forward. Look past that. But there's companies that take only photos of houses, and the realtors pay them, because the realtors, sometimes they don't have time, sometimes they do, it's up to them, but they'll pay a $99, $2.99, $3.99 service just for pictures. Sometimes they don't, but there is a market for that. I see it online.
Yeah.
What was the photo booth thing?
The photo booth is actually portable equipment that I would bring to special events, corporate events, what I wanted to do, because I was in the wedding industry for a while, and what I wanted to do was actually go to weddings, put my booth up, have people take pictures. I charge by the hour. You seen it. They have it at Grooves.
Yeah. So
as soon as you walk in, it's a photo booth there, and everybody's pricing is different. So what I wanted to do was actually just build a Rolodex, I guess, of people that actually were interested first. But I sent out letters and stuff. Didn't get too many replies and stuff. So it was just kind of I'm kind of in this little phase right now where I'm kind of bummed about it, but I'm not going to give up on it, because I always find a way.
If you're trying to break into that industry, a lot of times what I always say is you need to find somebody that's doing it, get a mentor. Hopefully they're not going to feel threatened, oh, you're going to steal my hustle, you're going to steal some of my business. They'll have more of that abundance mentality rather than scarcity mentality.
Right.
And they can help you out, if that's what you want to do. That's how I look at it, you know.
You want to know what I would do?
What would you do?
I would, you said, the one in Grooves, right? Do you know the name of it? Don't say it, but do you know the name of the
I don't know the name of it. I rarely go out, so.
Yeah. But if you wanted to find the name of the booth that was at Grooves, you could.
I could.
Okay.
And I would look them up and see how much they charge. But I looked up a few vendors.
Stop right there, because if you're a customer, you went to Grooves, right? So if I'm at Grooves having a good time, having some drinks, and I saw the photo booth, you instantly have that engraved into your mind.
Yes.
Let's just call it XYZ photo booth, right?
Right.
So they may have a setup with Grooves where it's free. Grooves doesn't pay to have that in there, right? And it's free advertising. So if I'm at Grooves having some drinks, and the next couple of weeks he's having a bachelor party or something, or he's having a wedding or something else for the kids, and you want a photo booth, the first thing you're going to do is go to where you can relate to where you saw one at and you liked it.
Right.
So I say buy it. Go to whatever club you want to go to, wherever place that always has people there, and put it there for free. And have your name prominently, your Instagram stuff, so you're doing free advertisement. And then you'll people don't understand that sometimes you have to give away stuff at first to get the tracks going. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be able to walk into somebody and say, hey, it's going to cost this much money to put my photo thing in your lounge or whatever.
Right.
So think about doing it for free.
Like,
so what I was, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
What I was going to ask you there then, because it's portable, and that would mean that at the end of the night I would have to fold it up and all that other stuff. So if someone, are you telling me I should like just do it on specific days or something like that? Because if you think about it, if I'm leaving it every day, leave it there. So if when I finally do get someone to book it, then I just take it, be like, hey, I'm not coming today, I got an event. Because
I'm about to get real money.
Right, I'm about to get some. Okay, I understand. I got you.
You have that agreement from the very beginning.
That's
true. If it gets booked, then I won't be here that weekend. Simple. Okay. Cool. As a business owner, if I own the place, I'm gonna say, yeah, sure, put it in there. It attracts people. People love it. It's not costing me anything. Go for it. And you're getting all these people to go take pictures and like it and share it on their pages because they're gonna share it. It's the world of social media, and everybody's sharing everything. So you create a brand of whatever it is you want to call that photo booth, because there's a million of them already.
Yeah,
right?
I've already named it.
Then you name your photo booth and you brand that name all across social media and you give away. So I say, get whatever equipment you need to get and just try it. Worst case scenario, you fail and you sell it.
Yeah.
What do you feel like? What are you most passionate about? Because you said something about designer, you said something about photography, and you talked about the photo booth.
Well, I'm a very creative person, so I like to make things, and I also like to service people. So I actually like make clothes out of stuff.
You're a people person?
I'm a people person, so I like. What I really liked about the wedding industry was when I dress people up. And I feel the same way about a home, dressing a home up. That's something that I really like. Now, as far as the photo booth, like that's just another aspect of servicing someone that I like. And I technically wouldn't have to be there. I could pay somebody to be there, or I could be there. And I'm thinking of this could be like some passive income, and I could actually be out there doing something I actually like staging homes or, doing something of that nature.
What about working for a company that does stages homes, so you can figure out their process, figure out their billing?
And steal it.
Yeah, well, damn, Mario, don't say that. All right, so he's keeping it real though. But no, that literally you figure out the product. Like I was in a partnership with a company that was pretty big, and I was able to figure out what the guy was doing right, and I could figure out what he was doing wrong.
But like explain in more detail about that story, because didn't you say he kind of made it where
he made it hard for me. He did.
Exactly.
He did. And what in the process is that I had to figure things out on my own, and I would do one thing or two things, and it would work. Because at first I was doing marketing face to face, and I was like, man, this is wasting too much of my time. Yeah. Then I was like, well, what if I had some cards, and I only dealt with the people that replied back to me? So I'd send out 50, and I'd get three or four responses with people that wanted to deal with me, and I didn't have to drive around to 50 people. I just dealt with the people that wanted to deal with me. So that's another strategy you can do. Like you said, you did the cards, but you're gonna have to. Maybe you did 50 or 75 cards. Maybe you have to do 1,000 cards to get 25 responses.
It's like flood the market.
Yeah, well, you got to figure out. What's your ratio? I'm spending this amount of money. Is it worth the amount of money that I'm gonna get back? Yeah. So, it's like if I only got like 2 or 3 companies out of sending those cards out, I was like, man, I'm making my money back quickly off of the first contract that I signed it. So, but anyways, yeah.
I said, like, what's the next step in pushing forward with your photo booth business?
Well, the next step is I'm trying to get the rest of the equipment.
You're trying to get the money, right?
I'm trying to get the money.
Yeah. So you got to save Save, right?
I do have to save. I'm
if
saving, but I'm at a job where it's like I can't really save much.
Paycheck
I
to
know you
paycheck.
gotta-
Right. So I
Can't-
pay all of my bills.
Go ahead.
And then it's like I barely have something left over, and it's like, damn, like it, like that type of stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss,
It's all right.
but
Go ahead.
No,
It's a
cool.
that
podcast.
stuff, that type of stuff really pisses me off, and that's what makes me not want to work for somebody. I've never ever wanted to work for somebody.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to work for myself, and it's just like that wasn't encouraged when I was growing up. Like my parents were like, "No, you got to go to college, you got to get a good job, you got to do this, you got to do this." I did all of that, and it's like I still am struggling, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
So it's
What'd you get a degree in?
interdisciplinary studies. I actually
Oh,
went to school
okay.
for kinesiology, but I basically didn't pass physics, and I was going through like a really tough time after my grandmother passed. So
Oh,
like
okay.
they dropped me
Yeah.
from the school. So I took some time off, and then I actually came back, and I couldn't pass physics, so I was like, what's the next step? What else can I do in order to, I guess, get this degree, because it's so important to my parents. And I
Yeah,
basically was
yeah.
doing it for my parents because, like, they really treated me like crap when I wasn't
Was
doing
in
anything.
school.
Yeah,
You
like
weren't-
I
you
was,
weren't
Get
doing
'em
what
off.
they
Yeah.
wanted. you
I
to
wasn't
do.
doing what they
Yeah.
wanted me to do, so I was like, damn, like,
What do they do for a living? Your parents?
my dad is in the industrial industry. He's like some type of machinist. I don't know exactly what he does. And my mom is a human resource manager. So,
What to going back to your? I'm intrigued by this photo booth thing. Give us an idea of the dollar amount you need to raise to get what you need.
well, right now, the photo booth that I'm looking at, it's on sale right now for $3,000.
Okay.
So I basically have one part, and I just need
Dollar amount.
I just need the $3,000.
Okay. So
I pay for the other part myself.
so all the other stuff you got, great.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a little story and tell you what you can think about doing. There's ways to get that, right?
Okay.
So you have to have a plan when you do get it, because
Okay.
you want to like hit the ground running,
Right.
you know, because your first thing you want to do is recoup your investment.
Right.
And then at some point you look at it growing. Like, what if I have 10 Photoshop booths because they're all leased out every weekend?
Right.
That's what you want. It's not going to
Yes.
be, there's no money in one.
Right.
So figure out who you got to talk to, what relative that has $1,000 or $1,500 or maybe all three. Find somebody that, you know, you're going to make a personal promise to. Hey, when I get this booth, I'm going to do this is my plan. You know, even if you got to sketch it down on a piece of a notepad, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to charge, and it's only going to take me, you know, this many jobs to recoup the $3,000, and I'm going to give it all right back to you. You know, I can give it to you in $100 increments, and I'm going to keep paying you back, and if I have to have, you know, some sort of interest on it, then I will pay you that.
Right.
Or find somebody that wants to, you know, I wouldn't recommend sharing profits,
No.
but you might. Well, so there's an old saying, you can own part of something, or you can own all of nothing.
That's true.
So like I had a friend of mine who had a great business idea. It was me and two other guys who thought it was great too. We thought that this might make us some money, and we don't necessarily have to do the work. We can just you know, supervise, oversee, give some direction, and provide the funding for it. And it's just like, go back to our other interview, is like sometimes you don't think outside the box. You have to think outside of what we're taught as we're growing up, you know, for whatever part of town you're growing up from. So we were all sitting down at a baseball game, and he pitched the idea to us, but he didn't pitch it to us for money. He just said, this is what I'm thinking about, guys. I got a business plan, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at my other buddy, who I'm a partner with now in another business, and I looked at him, he looked at me, we asked a couple questions. What are the, you know, what the profit on this? What's this going to cost? And he didn't even realize what we were doing, but we were looking at each other, giving each other eyes, saying, we want to buy it. Like,
This might
this
work.
is something that's going to work. And the investment was really, really little. Like, all he said, all I need is $6,000, $7,000. We're like, between the both of us, that's a drop in the bucket. Let's do it. You know,
Yeah.
you keep 60, we own 40% of it. And that never happened.
You couldn't handle that.
No,
Yeah.
you can't handle that. And
Yeah.
and my question is why? Why can't you handle owning 60% of a business that could be worth $1 million later on, right?
Yeah.
So, or even not even just what it's valued at, what it's going to cash flow you at some point.
And then after a while, you could buy them out.
You can.
if you want to
Yeah.
own 100%. Yeah.
So I use it as something to learn from. is that sometimes your friends, like right there, even if they're not your close friends, the cash that you need for that is right there. All you got to do is go get it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, so that business transaction never happened because they couldn't fathom the idea of letting somebody take 40% of the company when I thought that was totally
reasonable,
fair.
Yeah.
I would have did it.
And that business never started, still hasn't. Mm-hmm. And so that's 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was. I'm not going to get specific on it, but what that business has skyrocketed in those 4 years. And we were prior to that skyrocketing. So we could have been ahead of the game. We could have had 8, 9, 10, 15 of those units that we wanted out there in the streets making us money. But it never happened. It didn't happen. So you got to use your savviness. You got to talk to people. Just say, hey, this is my plan. This is what I want to do. This is what I need to get there. And this is what I'll do to pay you back if that's all you're going to do is be a lender. And just keep pushing forward. It'll happen.
I know Ron tells me this all the time. Like, I'm real like I'm real ambitious. So he always tells me that I always think of creative ways of getting what I want, and that's just what you got to do. Kind of like what Josh is saying. You just got to think of creative ways of getting the 3,000. You know, whether you got to get it from your parents or you just got to, or like what I do if I'm running out of money, I'll go to the pawn shop and I'll get loans on my Jordans. I get loans on everything. Like that could be a way, and then you just pay them back. Once you get the money back.
That's funny that you say that because I also am trying to like sell some stuff that I own.
Sell it.
So like I said, I'm a creative person, so I like thrift a lot. Like I don't buy designer stuff because I see a need for it. Honestly, like I just feel like you're buying something that somebody else can make for cheap. Yeah. But it's cool. I mean, like if that's your thing, that's your thing. Like I go to the thrift store and I could probably get like 5 or 6 items for $20. You know what I'm saying? And I make it look nice. So what's crazy about it? Like I bought these pieces. They're selling right now on the internet for like $80 to like $200. And I bought it I don't even remember what I bought it for. I've had them for a long time. And so I was like, dang, I wonder if I could like, sell this for like at least $80. See what I can get for it. So I actually have like this a few pieces on Poshmark that I've been trying to like just sell, but no hit so far. But I mean, I'm gonna keep trying to sell stuff. Like I try to sell stuff. Like I try to like ask anybody hiring. Like I'm like I'm willing to do the work. It's just like I feel like I'm just running with a chicken. Like I'm a chicken with my head. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Run like a chicken with your head. Yes,
because
say it fast.
Honestly, like I'm looking for. I'm trying to figure out how to do it on my own, I guess. And that's not good because I know I need a mentor, but it's just like, who can you really trust in this day and age? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I mean, I trust Mario. I asked Mario questions. Like, I told him I got denied when I tried to apply for credit for my business, and he told me to try somewhere else. That's not
going to happen. Like, and I'm not saying anything about you personally, but business credit is the hardest thing to get. Okay. You can roll in $1 million a year and it's still going to question you. Okay. So that's not, don't let that deter you from anything. Okay. You're better off to just go get a credit card and use that.
Well, I'll say this. I don't really recommend this because I had problems getting it back. Like last year, I don't know if you said about you heard all the other podcasts, but the house he was talking about where it was like I needed like $50,000, like. I was running out of money. Like, man, I was getting my contractor like $2,500 a month. On top of that, I had all my bills. So, like, I had to go, like I just said, I had to go get loans for all my Jordans. I had to get loans on all my designer belts. I did not want to ask my father for any money. I got a title loan. I think I got like $3,000 for the Charger that I had. And I just made it work. And then as soon as I refi that house, I got all my stuff right back out. So, I mean, but they're going to – the interest is going to be there. Like, they charge you like 400%. Like, so I –
Sheesh.
It ain't 400%. I mean –
So, I
guess you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah, I had to do what I had to do because I knew in the long run I'm going to get it out, But, I mean, if this is what you want to do and you feel it in your heart, that's what you want to do, that's what you need to do, then, by all means.
Yeah, I say strategically planned. I mean, it's better to do something strategically planned, learn how to be able to delay gratification, and learn how to save. I mean, you don't have to do something right now. It's good to get something started, but if you don't know what you're doing, I don't think you should be necessarily trying to do something. I think that, like I said, if you know somebody that's doing what you want to do, try to emulate. Don't try to figure it out, because you'll waste a lot of money trying to figure out a lot of stuff. Like, some people can figure things out on their own. Some people have past experiences that allow them to figure out the business that they're already in. But if you have no experience, you can lose a lot. You can lose your shirt if you just jump into, okay, I'm going to borrow some money from Uncle Josh and not really know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start, showing up in the booth or whatever. But I don't know. I just say emulate somebody. Do exactly what they're doing so you can make exactly the same type of profits they're making. I don't know.
That's one way.
Yeah.
And
Learn how to
that.
save. Learn how to save. People don't know how to save. I'm like a big saver. When I was making, I still do this today. I save about 50% of my check. I always got cash. I'm never like worried about nothing. I don't worry about nothing.
So you're buying dinner tonight,
huh? If I have to, it don't matter to me. I don't sit there and worry about my bills because I save half of my check.
And the piggyback on what everybody's saying, like I don't know what your situation is, but I lived with my parents till I was like 30. So like I didn't have rent.
I don't have that luxury.
I didn't have rent. I didn't have rent for a long time. So
Dang.
I was stacking.
I mean, save, man. That sounds like people need to learn how to save. But like, as far as you're saying the luxury, that means sometimes you have to scale back your lifestyle. Meaning, okay, do I live in an apartment that is maybe too much? Maybe I do need a roommate. Maybe my car is a little bit too expensive, or maybe I should just had a car I paid cash for. Stuff like that. I'm not telling you to redo your lifestyles. I'm saying that a lot of people have an entitled mentality, including myself sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
But you got to learn to scale back and save. Learn how to save.
Man, if it was up to me, I'll be living with my wife, with my parents right now.
God. Man, bro.
Hey,
Chill.
Hey, I'm about that life.
I like what Josh was talking about. How you said some of these Asian families they get like 6, 7 in a house.
They do.
I'm half
They
Mexican.
work. They all work, and then they pay the house off, and they're like, okay. Go to another house, pay another one off.
That's what I'm about.
You know what
I'm half Mexican. All the Mexicans in Houston do that too.
Like
my next door neighbor did that.
I'll tell you something funny. We had some Asians moving next door to us, and I was like, oh my goodness, I hope 20, 30 of them don't move in there because that's typically what happens. But no, we're good.
Okay.
It's a nice, wonderful.
Well, they'll
you
be
was
gone
about to say.
quickly. The house will be paid off, and you'll be pissed that you're still paying on your house.
Yeah. But that's what they do. A lot of different groups of folks do that.
Yeah.
I saw a segment on one of your episodes where you guys were talking about hard money, and I was wondering, like, would that apply to my business or no?
Oh,
Real estate.
Because
not directly with your business, but
Yeah.
if you did find a house, like if you got it under contract and you went to a hard money lender, and they would have no choice but to lend.
There's
you.
a reason why the hard money lenders deal with real estate. It's tangible. A business is a lot harder to figure out the ins and out, like what money's coming in, what's out. Like if the business for real estate goes bad, they can just take the house.
Yeah.
Right.
I take the house. Okay.
It's good to have collateral.
Yeah.
So it's backed by the real estate that's there. Like
Exactly.
that piece of property is not going anywhere. That house is not going to just vanish.
Right.
So when banks want to give small businesses loans, they want something like they want to see you own a property. They want to see your business owns the building. You got let's say vehicles or some sort of collateral.
money coming
Yeah.
in and out of the bank account too.
Yeah,
Right.
that too. They want to see all of that to know that hey, we're going to give you $100,000. Where's our guarantee that we're going to have that come back to us?
Right.
But you could have some cryptocurrency stashed away, some Bitcoin and some Ripple.
So why is it so complicated to freaking buy Ripple?
not.
I think it's gonna blow up. I think they do that on purpose. But,
Yeah, it's not.
That's my conspiracy.
It's not real complicated.
It's not.
If you after the podcast, he can tell you how to do it.
Okay.
I think I sent you something. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you sent me like
it's more
some news.
complicated.
Ripple?
Well,
For
I'm
what?
saying
For
you got to go
what?
to
A link for the
Bittrex.
news.
You got to
Oh,
go
I think
to.
send me
You
some
got to have a
news.
wallet.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. You got to get a crypto wallet to hold it.
That's true.
Whereas if you're just buying Bitcoin, you can just leave it on Coinbase.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So,
When is Ripple going to get on Coinbase?
man, everybody's talking about that. If it does, it right now it's at like 46 cents.
Yeah.
And so
I think it just got.
it's gonna go to $10.
Yep, like
So,
that. Instantly.
bam.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be asking Ron for all the money.
Right.
Oh man, if it happens, dude, I'm gonna be on an island somewhere. So,
Ron's gonna be my hard money loan.
you know what? It might be, man, because it's gonna be a very. I mean, when it went to $3.80, I was like, my mouth is open because I was not expecting it. And trust me,
Look,
I had a ton of. I still have a ton of Ripple.
Christmas time, is that when it went up that high?
Yeah,
Yeah.
around January, I was like, I was like, man, I don't even need to be working. I was like, I don't even need to work. And I was like, but then it went within like a week, it went back down. It's slowly decreasing, but they're just trying to shake out. I think it's being manipulated, and they're trying to shake out the weak hands. So it does that. It goes up, shoots up, and it comes down. Shoots up, and it goes higher than it was before. So,
What are your this is a
Yeah,
side
go
track.
ahead.
What are your thoughts on mining for coins?
It's played out.
Yeah?
I mean, if you're gonna mine, I would say you're gonna have to mine for easy coins to get. So mining is when your computer can generate these coins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what you have to do is you can trade those coins in for like Bitcoin or more established coins. So if you can find a coin that's easy to mine. Like, I don't know a lot about mining because I figured out early that I was like, I just buy it.
Yeah, there's some cost involved.
It was
with
easier to
mining.
buy it, yeah, because a lot of people pay $2,000 for a rig, and it's like by the time your rig starts mining, it gets harder to mine, right? And then you got to upgrade, and then you could have just bought all those coins,
Yep.
In the first place.
Yeah, it's true.
But I mean, I think it's fun. It sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I like mechanical stuff.
I just started
and
looking
electrical
into it a couple days ago. I was
Oh,
like,
okay. You probably know more than I do then, right? At this point,
Not a whole
I
lot.
always
Not a
figured
whole
it's
lot.
a
I just
waste of
wondered
time.
like if it's worth.
I've been
buying
doing this
and
since
stuff.
2013, and from everything that I've seen is that the mining, usually the computers, you got to keep upgrading. By that time, it's like you could have just put your money into the whatever coin you're gonna, it would have already.
Then
be
you're
about
pulling power. You've got to keep it cool.
Exactly,
It's got to be in a room. It's all sorts of stuff.
Exactly. But I think cryptocurrencies is going to be the future. Everything is going digital. We're being pushed in that. They want to track everything.
Do you have
we do.
Coinbase yet?
I do have Coinbase,
Okay.
and then it was another app that I have on my phone that I downloaded.
We're over here just
Go
throwing-
if you get Bittrex,
We're just
you
throwing out
can get you some
Coinbase
Ripple.
and Bittrex
Yeah.
for free. But
Oh, okay.
I
but
know.
they're,
I need an affiliate
I ain't
link
gonna
or
say
something.
but that's what you need.
Yeah.
But so have you looked through Coinbase, understood it?
I don't understand it.
Okay.
What I was basically, the reason why I reached out to Ron is because I just learned about the foreign exchange market, and so
Oh, the
that's
Forex,
something.
yeah, that's
that's
right.
what I was like more so
Don't
like
do it.
I guess leaning towards because
Don't
it's
do
more
it.
to me. I like to see my money coming in, my money coming out like this. Like I can
Yeah.
get it. Like it's more liquid, so I can.
It's
I don't
easy
know.
to lose.
I know it's easy to lose. I'm
Right.
already. I'm
Yeah.
almost like. What do they call it? When you bust your account.
margin. We got a margin call.
No, I'm not yet. Not yet.
Okay, you can get a margin call. Like that's why I said it's so easy. Like my first time, I remember my first time I had like $2,000, and this is like 12 years. That's a long time ago.
Look of pain on his face.
Oh,
My
oh
first
man,
time.
it's first time I did this. I didn't know what I was doing, right? So I bought something, and then 2 minutes later, I had like $2,000, and the next thing was gone
Yeah.
because I had loaded up on too much. Like in Forex, you can load up 100 to 1. So if it goes against you just a little bit,
Yeah.
then it clears your account out, and you got to put more
Yeah.
money in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't understand leverage, then you can get wiped out pretty quick in Forex. So, and that's in any market that you start adding, even real estate. If you're over leveraged in real estate, you can get wiped out pretty quickly. The thing is, real estate is so much more intuitive than foreign currencies.
Yep. True.
So,
Any other questions?
I think you just need a roadmap. You need a roadmap. You
Yep.
need to brainstorm. You need the things that you want to do. Get a mentor, or if you're not a mentor, go just be a fly on the wall. Take notes. That's what I did. I didn't ask that dude if he could be. He didn't want to mentor me, but
Yeah.
I was taking notes the whole time. I was taking like forms and stuff that I might want to use for my business and stuff. Contracts that would cost me thousands of dollars.
Yep.
And I just all right. So I don't feel really bad about that business. But
Well,
anyways,
I
get a
got
roadmap.
I got a couple of
Brainstorm.
houses I'm about to be working on the next couple of months. So if you want to come check them out, like the before and after, and like I can see all the steps, and then you want to start doing the whole real estate thing.
You can start.
Okay.
You
I say
start wholesaling
get in
houses.
get in the staging business if that's what you really want to do.
Yes.
And get hired on and just keep taking notes the whole time. Just be a fly on the wall. Be patient. And then if somebody in the business really sees that you're passionate about it, they'll be willing to teach you. And then, you know what, you can. That's a good side hustle, but I know you're going to need money for the
beds and all that.
beds, the houses and stuff. And you might be able to work out something with somebody else that owns a furniture company or something like that, store or something like that. You
Yeah.
might be able to team up with somebody else.
True.
But anyways.
Good. So I think we're about out of time there.
So
Yeah.
you want to plug in your information?
Oh yes. Follow me on _2 legit no. Wait. It's 2 legit to quit with 2 T's, but they're two the numeral, the number 2. So 2 legit to quit. And then Snapchat is the same.
Ask me
You got
questions.
Twitter?
I have Twitter, but
Yeah.
I don't really tweet. Like,
Yeah, I don't tweet either.
Yeah.
I'm not a tweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. You can hit
Anything
me
else?
up. Ron B, follow me on YouTube. I'm trying to get on my Instagram and all that stuff hooked up. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
She could teach you about Instagram, and then you could teach you about Coinbase.
that's fine.
True
man.
that.
True that,
True,
true
true,
that.
true. I think you should show her how to wholesale.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I
We
mean,
can do
there's
that.
a lot
Like,
of stuff you
that's-
can do.
yeah.
You can be a bird dog. Bird dog involves relatively no money, not as much as a
But
wholesaler.
you know what? I
Yeah.
gave her a opportunity, and she did really well at it. She just, because when I was selling my Kingwood property, I did like a massive text message to everybody. I was like, "Hey, look, you sell this property at $80,000, I'll go half on the profit." So that would have been perfect for her. She could have made a quick $5,000.
Right.
Yeah, if
I
you,
was
Yep.
trying
there's
so hard.
Yeah.
there's ways.
She
and
did
if-
really good. Like she posted on the Instagram. I was impressed because a lot
Yeah.
of people that
And
they
then-
took it with a grain of salt. So she
yeah.
was doing her thing.
Then
so.
you would have had that.
Man,
the photo
look,
booth
I
ready.
was like, let's get this
Yeah.
money.
I mean, if you're interested in getting real estate, like getting into real estate and doing make some quick money, look into wholesaling. That's a little bit more complicated because you have to deal with the contracts. But no contracts, you can be a bird dog. All you do is find vacant houses, and then you send them to wholesalers, and then the wholesalers have to get rid of them. That's all you got to do, and they'll give you like $200-300. I don't actually know how much they usually
What,
give them.
bird dogs?
Bird dogs up to
2 to 5, sometimes 1,000.
Yeah,
I
it
said-
depends
I-
on how good the deal is.
I give all my referral programs 1,000. So send them
Just
to me. I'll give you 1,000.
empty.
Okay.
They call it driving for dollars. You just look for empty,
Yeah.
vacant
Oh
houses.
yeah.
And,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one way you can do it. Now I see them all the time. I'd be like, I sent you one. I was like, man, this is one right here. So certain areas, like you say, hey Mario, what areas do you like? And then you just look for vacant houses or houses that look like they're like really bad condition. Those are opportunities. Those are gold mines. If
Or
you
they
see
have
like
sell by owner in
if you
front.
see like little roaches crawling in there, those are like black little diamonds. You know what I'm saying? That's like money. The worse the house is, the more money you can make from the house. You know what I'm saying? Especially depending on the area. So
Thanks for watching the show.
Oh, no
yeah,
problem.
appreciate
I
you,
support.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Support.
you.
yeah.
Good.
Thanks for being on the show too.
Thank y'all for having me. Like,
no
for real.
problem, no
I really
problem.
wish I would have brought my notepad in here because I really feel like, I don't know, I was rushing. I was trying to, I was like,
you could just watch it.
damn.
Yeah, just
You can watch it
True,
later.
True.
No, we'll definitely have you back. We'll definitely have you back.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
like, whatever you want to ask next time, we'll probably have you
Yeah.
longer for like 40.
Because we're gonna be accountable for you, right?
I really want y'all to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Like,
want to
I
figure
need-
out
Yeah.
what you doing. Are you taking steps? Or you moved on to something else? Want to help you be accountable, and you can be accountable for us. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? Talk about real estate.
So I'll send you Josh's number. So like, you don't have to just ask me questions. You can ask Josh. And you already have Ron's number. So
Yeah.
We all here.
All
We
right,
all here to
cool.
help you.
I appreciate y'all.
All right.
No problem.
right.
That's
That's gonna
it.
end the show.
Yeah,
Catch us next week, y'all.
please.
Same time,
Yeah.
same place.
Please like and subscribe.
Yes, hit that button, subscribe, hit the little bell,
Bell,
so when
post
Mario posts
notification.
a new show up, it'll ring your phone.
Thank you.
And appreciate the support.
All
Thank you,
right.
thank you.
Bye.
All right.
That's it. All right, bye.